Tadej Pogacar drops Vingegaard on Puy-Marie. The Tour de France is finished, over, or is it? This was stage 11 from Evreux-les-Bains-to-les-Lorient. Greg Van Avermaet won here back in the day, like 7 years ago. Very hard stage, 211 kilometers long, and the last 60 Ks are brutal. Over 4,000 meters of climbing, steep climbs too. The Puy-Marie is 3 Ks, like 12%. Definitely one for the GC riders, some without the punch to fear and some like Pogacar to look forward to. Breakaway formation was similarly brutal, with Visma Lisa Bike wanting to get in the breakaway, Van Aert jumping, all their rouleurs jumping, perhaps wanting a satellite rider or to take away the bonus seconds on top of the second last climb, Pertus. And UAE weren't really controlling. A big group forms. We've got Kwiatkowski in here for Pidcock. His role is to pull really hard to rip that gap open, and they'll go for Pidcock for the stage. It has a lot of the right names in it, but UAE Team Emirates were not happy with that break. Wellens gets on the front. He starts absolutely smashing it, and so this break formation went on for like 2 hours. Lemon jumps for Visma again. Eventually, Lascano on one of the Cat 4s gets across to Carapaz. Healy there as well. Only, it's a strong break, not a big one. And we'll see, a UAE just steady pacing to stop the jumping, and eventually they'll let that gap out. It is now a manageable size break. We quickly got our answer from Niels Pollitt in the valley. He pegs it at 220. The answer is UAE Team Emirates were going for the stage with 100 Ks left, and so Pollitt, an hour later, he controlled it the whole time, and we're into our first climbs. A quick, narrow technical run-in. Van Aert crashes on a bridge onto his left hip. Luckily, no one else goes down. The car can't wait for him because they're on the major climbs already. Called in our own 4Ks, 9%. Lascano goes clear with Healy, and UAE, predictably, start to smash with Pavel Sivakov. Vingegaard, he's marking Pogacar wherever he goes. Pogacar's just going out to get a bid on, leaves the line, and Vingegaard just sits with him mid-peloton, not letting his wheel go. And Healy's got a difficult conundrum. He goes to Lascano. He doesn't want to pull with his teammate behind, obviously, but they've got no gap to play with. There's UAE with Sivakov, a minute 15. He can't just wait. So they were put in a difficult situation, EF. In the end, the break had no chance with UAE controlling the stage. And so they're on to Puy-Marie, the second of the 4 climbs and the hardest of all of them. And we have the lineup. Ayuso's moved up, then Almeida, Yates number 18, Pogacar, Vingegaard with Evenepoel on his wheel with Benoit shading him to the right-hand side. And we know what's coming. At least we know an attack is coming at some point from Pogacar. When will that be? Is it going to be on Puy-Marie? Pertus afterwards is 4Ks, 8%, nothing to sneeze at. And Ayuso's pull after Sivakov isn't very long. It actually forces Yates to start pulling very early. Kelderman also in a good position. He was riding much better today. And when Yates starts cooking, you know this man has aura. Look at him out of the saddle, bouncing. Everyone's dropping. Nothing strikes fear into another GC rider's heart as much as Adam Yates on the Rampas starting to cook. And he actually drops or starts to drop Joao Almeida, who maybe should have pulled before him. And with him dropping, with Yates doing his last lead out, we know they're not going to go on the next climb. It looks like a Tadej Pogacar attack is coming on the Puy-Marie. The group's down to 6, and here it comes. 600 meters to go, 2 minutes or so to the top. And we've never seen Vingegaard do this before. He's tried to respond normally, but to look to the side, to look back when Pogacar attacks, something looked like it was wrong, and was Pogacar riding away with the Tour de France, 31 Ks to go. If he's getting this much separation, what could the gap be? But actually, after 150 meters, Vingegaard starts to go quicker after Pogacar's initial burst. He's riding to the wheel of Pogacar. It looks like he might get to it in the last 100 meters of Puy-Marie. And getting to that wheel would be crucial to get that draft before the final climb of Pertus. There's a 10k descent, and that 25 meters absolutely explodes. Vingegaard going from 5 seconds to 10 seconds to 15. Eventually, he's caught, well, pretty quickly actually, by a rampaging Primoz Roglic, who was in fine form in terrain that he's well suited to. And so maybe he could help Vingegaard limit the losses on the descent. Rodriguez was absolutely railing the descent, one of the best descenders in the world. Pogacar, taking all the risks, nearly ends his Tour de France in that corner. But despite that, the gap is going in one direction. 30 seconds, 35 seconds at the base of Pertus, with Rodriguez and co catching Roglic and Jonas Vingegaard. It looked, for all intents and purposes, like Pogacar could be ending the Tour de France, taking an unassailable lead, but at the base of Pertus, Jonas Vingegaard starts to set his own pace, going all in. And notice here, Pogacar's offered a bid on at the base of the climb and actually says no. He's pretty cognizant of what's going on. He says, give it to me at the top. I don't want to carry 500, 750 grams right now that I don't have to. Give it to me at the top. But you could tell he was looking for a bid on. Whether that made a difference or not, it's hard to know. And Vingegaard drops Evenepoel with 3.2 Ks to go, down to 24 seconds as Vingegaard drops his old teammate Primoz Roglic under 20 seconds when it gets to about the 5-4% quick section in the middle, and we start to see Pogacar looking at either his lap button, looking behind. Perhaps he's been told that Vingegaard's quickly closing on you, and actually he closes Tadej Pogacar's wheel right before the summit of Pertus, doing the climb 30 seconds quicker than the Slovenian, and they don't have any time to rest. Straight into the bonus gate sprint, 8, 5 and 2 seconds available. Pogacar still good enough to win that sprint, and the two start to relay. We've got a shallow climb after this sort of big highway where Remco and Roglic are working together. The climb, unlikely to be any differences made. Maybe an informed Tadej Pogacar could, but it looked like with his short pulls, he was just hoping not to get dropped at this point by Jonas Vingegaard, who on Puy-Marie, when Pogacar first stepped off and Vingegaard looked around, Pogacar must have thought he was walking away with the Tour de France. And in the last descent, very technical, bit of wet spots, Roglic crashes, somehow gets put on the same time as Remco. The 3K rules applied. Don't know how, don't understand it, don't ask me. Look at this sprint. Vingegaard in the drops leads it out. It flattens off in about the last 80 meters. Pogacar has to get back into the saddle, and this slow motion sprint after 5 hours in the saddle, up and down all day, is won by Jonas Vingegaard. He can't believe it. The first sprint just about he's ever won ahead of Tadej Pogacar, apart from Anjou Plan where the moto blocked Pogacar. He wins the stage ahead of Pogacar, then Evenepoel, Roglic, Ciccone, Almeida, Yates, Landa, Rodriguez, Felix Gall. Not their biggest gaps, but still on a medium mountain stage, they're big gaps. In terms of GC, the top 10 is blown wide open. Juan Ayuso and Jorgensen lost a lot of time. Landa's looking good. In fact, the top 4 positions all stay the same. Vingegaard only takes 1 second, but it's more, what does this stage say? What does it mean? What does it all mean? I don't know. What does life mean? Anyway, I'll see you at the recap tomorrow. Ciao.